Our world is fast-paced. In a never-ending sea of movement, it can make us question our role in society and sometimes our faith. We carry on with our busy lives, oftentimes losing sight of what is most important. But there is a place of peace, a place where a person can reconnect and reevaluate their sense of self and their purpose in life. In the rolling hills of San Francisco, the Sisters of Perpetual Adoration have been living the life of prayer since 1928. A place of solitude, reflection, and faith, a place where time stands still, and all you can feel is the peace of the Lord and the commitment of the wonderful women who are there to adore Him.
My name is Sister Alma of the Holy Spirit. I have been here for 30 years, and I never knew that this monastery exists until one of my sisters, that now she's a nun, wanted to become a nun. So she talked to this Franciscan priest. Madre said, okay, she can come. But now she needed a company, so she can come over here. So they invite me, They opened this beautiful door, and I see 29 or 30 sisters, all like in a circle here, dressing with red and white. They look so beautiful. I don't know what happened. When I entered that door, I just felt something like so beautiful. I didn't even know what. I told my sister, I'm going to change my vacation. Instead of going to Hawaii, I'm going to go to the monastery.
The Sisters' Day is made up of prayer, both common and personal, for all of those who need them, and various types of work which utilize their beautiful gifts of service, love of God and neighbor.
That's our charisma, adoring the Blessed Sacrament. We have 3 lists. Every day we have the adoration by different sisters. It's so beautiful, especially it's day and night, but at nighttime it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful.
There are also recreation periods each day for outdoor exercise and enjoyment, for times of companionship with other sisters, and free time for personal projects, such as letter writing, reading, and hobbies.
We wake up at 5:30 in the morning, so we can start the prayers at 6:15. After the last prayer, until 9 o'clock in the morning, there is complete silence.
Cloistered just means that the nuns don't leave their monastery except when necessary. So basically they live within this enclosure because that helps them focus more strongly on their main activity, which is praying. So they're kind of, in the world but not of it, separated from the world, even though they do of course have interactions with people from the outside world. I think that a lot of people feel when they hear about cloistered nuns like it would be living in a prison or something like that. And it's actually nothing like that, because I think everyone has to realize that all of these women chose this lifestyle. They all had lives on the outside, they were educated, they traveled. One person was going to be a flight attendant, another person was going to work for the post office. They had boyfriends, they did all the things that everyone does, in the world. And they chose this life, and it takes a long time to become a nun. It takes 6 years to become a nun. So it's not as if they were forced into something or they didn't know what they were getting into. They had, a lot of time to think about whether this was the right life for them. And they're among the happiest people I've ever met. Whenever I come into the monastery, I feel rejuvenated and calmed because it's this beautiful, peaceful, loving atmosphere. And all of the sisters are these amazingly generous, kind, loving people. So whatever stresses I have on the outside, they're gone by the time I finish teaching here. So even though the nuns are cloistered, they actually do have a lot of contact with the outside world. One reason is that whenever there's some sort of disaster or tragedy on the outside, they immediately are, inundated with phone calls, letters, emails asking for prayers. Also, when people have, personal tragedies in their families or illnesses, they call the nuns, they talk to the nuns. And also, the monastery has masses which are open to the public. So there are people who attend the daily morning masses.
But there was something that was missing. And when I came here, I found this thing that I was missing, of this emptiness. And I said, you know what? This is what I was looking for. So I thank you, but I chose this.
One of the main ways that they support themselves is by making spiritual bouquets, which are, the first time I heard that, I thought, what is a spiritual bouquet? And it's a term for a collection of prayers. That's why bouquet, like a collection of different kinds of flowers that are offered for a specific intention. And what the nuns do is they make cards for various occasions, Christmas, birthday, bereavement, Easter, things like that. People request a spiritual bouquet card, which has, a personalized greeting for whatever the occasion is.
Do you feel the calling to this type of religious life?
First of all, they would need to establish contact with the nuns. The nuns would want to talk to a young woman who's interested in coming here, preferably meet her in person and talk to her face to face. And then they can arrange to have a visit with the community. And when they come here to visit, they're basically integrated into the life of the community. They stay in the novitiate, which is a separate area from where the professed nuns live. But in all other ways, they participate in the normal day of a nun. So they wake up at 5:30. They go to mass. They attend the divine office 6 times a day, and they also go around to the different jobs because each nun has a job during the day. So basically, they get to experience exactly the kind of life that the sisters have.
Hello, my name is Mother Rosalba. I would like to welcome any young girls who are interested in our lifestyle to contact us. Thank you and God bless you.